Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is December 5th, 2023. Yeah. 5 days into 25 days of cruising. We got 20 more days, baby. 24, 20 more of these things coming out, baby. I'm very excited. This is good. I think that we're doing a great job right now. Well, staying as consistent as possible with the 11:30 hour. But where you can find the Cruise Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finance. This is going to be the mental health episode. Just putting it out there. So anybody that's struggling, anything like that, cool, anything else, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like I put on every Spotify, every time I put on Spotify that they ask, what's the question? I always ask, how are you doing? Not how did you like the show, but how are you doing? That's what I care about. I care about how you doing. I mean, if you ain't like the show, you ain't like the show. You can tell me. I mean, with 5-star review if you want to, because you can leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and then also please leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. That'll be great. I do take 5 stars, and that'll be great. But now, I was reading this story on Facebook. Hopefully, it's real. I'm not. Well, you kind of hope that it's not real, but at the same time, you just see the positivity in humanity. Apparently there's a story out where Andy Murray, who's a tennis player, just in case people don't know, Andy Murray, tennis player, Wimbledon champion. I think he's won a few times. He's won a few championships in his day. He was part of the big three at one point. He walked past a young player who his name is Nick Kyrgios. This is a story that I just got done reading about, and apparently he discovered that he had signs of self-harm to him. And I think what I read was that Andy Murray kind of stopped him and tried to talk to him. And then he also, kind of informed his manager. And like, apparently Andy Murray noticing that, like, kind of like snapped Nick Kyrgios out of it, or, maybe got him the proper help that he needed to, try to help himself out through whatever he's going through. And it just shows a great classic character what Andy Murray of who Andy Murray actually is, man. That's amazing. That has to be top 10 kindest things I've ever heard in my life. And we walk past people every single day, and we don't know what's going through their mind. We don't know what battle they're going through. We don't even if we knew what battle they were going through, you won't understand the battle that they're going through. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own demons. Everybody has their own voices in their head that's telling them that you can't, that maybe you should stop going on. Maybe you should, let's pull it over right here. Or maybe we should hurt ourselves to feel better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should continue to talk down about ourselves because, that's where we're at right now, rock bottom. And so I'm reading this and I'm like, how many people on a daily basis have we walked past and not know what's going on? Billions and millions of times. You probably just walk past somebody. You don't even know the fight that they're going through in their heads right there. And for Andy Murray to notice it and to acknowledge it and also try to help Nick Kyrgios, which just in case people don't know, especially if you're not in the tennis world. Sorry, hold on, just in case you're not in the tennis world, Nick Kyrgios is one of the most charismatic players out there. He's one of those guys that most people kind of deem as kind of cocky and can be untennis like gentlemanly like player. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what happens on that court. It matters for real what happens when he gets home. We don't know what goes through that man's mind. Maybe that's an outward personality that's coming out to kind of hide the fact that he's fighting his own battle, a battle that, he was clearly struggling with. And I just want to put out there that, you know, it's okay to talk about it. I wish that more people come out and talk about their struggles through mental health. I wish that I wish that was never. I wish it was never seen as a. I wish that mental health issues were never seen as a stigma. I wish that it was actually just seen, just heard of, just talked about, not try to throw medicine at it, not just try to throw pills and drinking and smoking and things like that, drugs at it. Not cutting yourself into harm and doing all the rest of it. I wish that we, as not just a nation, not just as human beings, just as human beings, we could sit around and we could talk about this. We could talk about our struggles, the voices that go through our heads sometimes, the shit that makes you feel like once you hit rock bottom, it's going to continue to punch you and stomp you still down past rock bottom. And I really hope that stories like this come out more, where we are seeing each other as humans. We're seeing each other as, what I'm saying, as people that can help another person, be a positive enforcement to this person. And I really hope that him practically saving this man's life, or being a part of the change, positive, hopefully the positive change in this man's life, to show him that, hey, yo, there's somebody that actually gives a shit. There's somebody that you would never thought gave a shit, gives a shit. I care. I give a fuck. I give a fuck if you live or die type shit. I give a fuck if you're harming yourself. I give a fuck what's going on through your mind, and tell me what's going on. Let me know, bro. Is something going on? Okay, cool. Let's talk about it. I got shit going on too. You want to talk about it? Okay, cool. Not everybody has a platform like a podcast. Not everybody has a platform like playing video games on the tube. I mean, on Twitch or something like that. Not everybody has that. Not everybody goes to therapy. Not everybody has a friend that they can sit around and talk to, or just a person to sit there and not look and not judge them. Like I always tell y'all, man, this is no judgment zone right here, man. I truthfully, whatever's going on in your life, y'all, I'm willing to be here for it. I'm willing to understand it. I'm willing to help in any way I can. Any way I can. I do also would like to tell you, yo, if you're going through it, seek professional help. Talk to somebody. This war isn't on your own. This battle that you feel like that you're fighting against yourself, it's not just you. It doesn't have to be just you. You can tag team effort this. You can bring a team into this and beat this. But it's up to you to make that decision. It's up to you. It's up to others to notice that you're going through that and to help as much as they can too. I know it's crazy, that it's a crazy thing to say, but you like Andy Murray didn't have to stop by. He could have just been like, oh shit, it just looks like scars and shit. Let me just walk away from him. Let me just walk away, keep moving. No, he didn't do that. He took action. If you see your friend in trouble, you take fucking action. Mental health wise, physical wise, anything. You take action as a friend. Some people, man, you try to lead them to water when they're the ones, when you try to lead them to water, it's up to them to drink or swim. You know what I'm saying? It's up to them at some point too. But the positive reinforcement that we continue to leave on people, that's our job as friends, as family members, as loved ones, as all of that. It's what we're supposed to do as humans, is to be there for other humans. It's to, hey man, be a helping hand whenever you can. So I'm very happy that I got to read this story. I'm excited to see if this actually inspires people to do better in life. Do better. And when I say do better in life, I'm not talking about wealth and fame. I'm talking about helping your fellow kind, your fellow people, not just black or white. Help someone else. It doesn't matter. I always will say this. I will say this. Somebody came on and was like, man, I'll play video games. I know some people probably like think it's a joke to say some shit like this, but like, dude was like, man, I'm thinking about hurting myself. I'm like, yo, whoa, hold on. First of all, the world is better with you in it. It's better with you in it. No matter what, the world is better with you in it. I'm telling you, it's better. Now, it's up to you to seek the help too, but whenever you want this helping hand, whenever you're ready to accept this helping hand, it's going to still be here. Even if you're not accepting, I'm still going to try to help as much as I can. But we have to do that. We have to make that assertive effort to make someone else to help someone else's life better. And so like I said, I'm very happy and pleased to see this story come out between two competitors, two very ultra competitive people, and they put that that competitiveness to the side to help a fellow human, and that's beautiful, man. Such a beautiful story. So it's never bad to talk about it. It's never bad to it's never a joke to it's never a joke to talk about your emotions. It's okay to show your emotions. It's not going to make you less manly. It's not going to make you more feminine or anything like that. It makes you you. And that's for men and women. That's for men, women, whoever, however you identify yourself. It's okay to show emotion. It's okay. I promise. There ain't gonna be no jokes. Ain't gonna be none of that. You're not soft. You're actually stronger. To tell the truth, you're a stronger person for being able to talk about your feelings. You talk about this is what I'm feeling. This is the emotions that I'm going through, and I don't know how to handle them. That's it, man. Like I said, nobody has a podcast where they can do that. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, if I didn't have the podcast, I don't know how I would have made it this summer. And to tell you the truth, I really don't. I don't know how I would have emotionally made it this summer. I don't know how I would have not knocked a few people the fuck out without this podcast. Without me listening to this, without me speaking into the ether. That if I'm being honest, and that's just me being honest. And it's not a threat. It's just saying some people decided they wanted to push some buttons, and I had to recollect myself and come here and talk about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This was a hard summer. This is a very hard summer, and to go through it the way I have, man, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I shed quite a few tears. I have. Shit, man, like I told y'all a couple weeks ago, man, it was raining out. I was having a panic attack. I didn't know what was going on. I was ready to just start bawling, crying in the middle of the street. But I just I had to pull something else out of me, man. And I can't like next as soon as I got home, I did a podcast because this is helping. This is healthy for me. I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I know y'all sitting there like, wait, hold on, man. This dude maybe he's the one that needs help. You damn right I do. Fucking true. Hey, yes, I do need a hug sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you. I need a hug sometimes. Man. Just to know, what I mean, I'm alive. The hug makes me feel like I'm alive. That's to tell you the truth. But seriously though, man, it's just it's hard. It's hard to come out talking about your emotions. It's difficult. Don't get it twisted. It's difficult. Some people go back on their faith where they sit there and say, man, God got me. You know what I'm saying? I say that. I say that, man. Hey, man, shoot, man. God done me. Hey, man. I don't, hey, I can't get more than I can handle. That I can't handle. There we are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving anything more than I can handle. Now, my body is telling me sometimes I can't handle a lot of things, but that's just but mentally and everything, man. I know, I know. I was hey man, we supposed to. Hey, I'm supposed to go through the harder route. Always shows the harder route. So I try when you try to do shortcuts, it only leads to more trauma. So um, I was just I wanted to talk about that, especially for the Christmas season, because I know there is such thing as seasonal depression, especially around Christmas time. And I hate that if someone's going through that, man. It like, man, shit, man. I just it just sucks. Like if you don't want to be alone, especially during Christmas, like this is one of those holidays where families come together and cook some food and everybody opens up presents and you're watching people. It's more of the season of giving, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to give light to people. You know what I'm saying? If this podcast is giving you light, please let me know. I would be great. I would love to know that. Not just for a rating and review, but that would be great. But seriously, even if you need to DM me and you don't want to like have it out, hey man, your podcast, bro, this shit helped. Or if it didn't, that's cool too. I understand. I'm not here for I'm not for everyone. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell you I ain't for everybody, but I am here if you need me. So um I just it was a very proud moment to watch. I've been a big I actually to tell you the truth, out of the big three, Andy Murray was always my favorite out of the big three. Don't get it twisted. My favorite tennis player of all time, of course, will be Andre Agassi. I grew up on him. Bad boy at tennis. Yeah, like you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just what it is, man. But it's made me even bigger fan. It's made me even a bigger fan of Andy Murray. Like this right here definitely was you don't hear this a lot from two competitors. And like I've said before, I'll say it again. I played tennis for almost over 25 years now. It is one of the most competitive sports I ever played in my life, mostly because it's just you out there. And to set that aside to help someone else, that's a big fucking deal, in my opinion. It's a big deal. So I really hope that they have stayed connected and they've helped each other out. I love that got to read that, and we need. I don't understand why this is not a bigger news story, but a lot of things that some people just prey on the negative, and I know a lot of people want to blame social media for a lot of things. I don't blame social media for depression. I don't blame social media for depression. Depression has been here. Depression has been a thing. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but depression has been a thing for literally ever. Okay, I know some people were like, well, in the 40s we didn't get to talk about depression. Yeah, well, you also didn't get to talk about PTSD. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't talk about that because we didn't know what it was. Okay, just say, hey man, we didn't know what depression was back in the 40s. Okay, cool, baby. Now you know. Now you know what you were going through in your 20s. Now you know what you were going through in your teenage years. Understandable. Now you know. My dad didn't get it. Yeah, but did your dad know what it was? No, 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 no. You know what I'm saying? So I say this: do not pick up a drink. Do not pick up the smoke. Pick up a book. Pick up the phone. Talk to somebody. Read about it. Read some things. Find something that you enjoy. Actually, to tell you the truth, find something that turns your brain off. That's what I do. I find video games, boom, man. I'm gonna play this motherfucker until my brain is shut the fuck off. That's what I do. That's what I do. I play zombies. Now they brought zombies back and it's like open world zombies. My brain is shut. My brain is on the mission of playing zombies. That it's crazy. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds nerdy or whatever you want to make it sound, but this is what video games do for some people. They turn their fucking brains off and don't have to think about anything. My phone might be to the side of me or might be charging or whatever, but I don't look at my phone. I take my Apple Watch off and I put it to the side and I make sure like there's sensory. My only sensory is going straight to this game. I'm trying to beat whatever boss I need to beat just to turn like that's my challenge right there. See, that's me. I'm different. I'm a different type of person. Like I thrive off of competitive things. That's my thing. I'm competing most of the time against myself. But I'm sitting here why I play and I just shit, man. A whole hour went by. I didn't even notice. Oh shit. Okay, cool. Well, guess it's time for bed. So yeah, that's just an example of something that can help. You see, what I mean, find something to turn your brain off and try to just get rid of the worries of the world for a little while, man. Sometimes it's gonna be there, but something to just give your own brain a break is I definitely highly recommend it. Like like right now, I'm completely mentally and physically tired. Y'all like the past couple episodes y'all have definitely heard. I've been just zombified, but this time of year is amazing. I love being I just love this time of year, man. My like I said, my house is becoming more and more of a winter wonderland, and it's amazing to see. And so, I just like I said, man, I got a Mickey Mouse. I got a Mickey Mouse Santa looking right at me, dog. He's like, man, I am proud of you. I'm proud of you, Mickey. I'm proud of you, Mickey. Hell yeah. Oh no, what was it? I'm proud of you. No, sorry, my bad. That was bad. Okay, so I wanted to talk about that. Um, Tomorrow, actually, I want to do it today. Bump that. We're gonna do this today. Where's this? I feel like this fits. I feel like this fits. This fits the talk a little bit. Anime. Why I feel like here's what I think the difference between an anime and these Marvel movies are. I know it sounds crazy, and comic book movies altogether. It's going to sound crazy to y'all. It's going to sound crazy, but hang with me for a second. So I've been watching comic book movies. This came out of nowhere. This thought came out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from, but it kind of fits a little bit. So what's cool about an anime, watching an anime compared to watching a comic book movie is like most of the time, actually most comic book movies, the hero wins within 2 hours. Am I right or wrong? You sit down in one sitting and you're seeing that the hero is going to lose a little bit and then gain and win his powers and anything cool like that. They're going to win within those 2 hours, or within like an hour and a half, 2 hours. You see the whole story. What's cool about watching an anime is that if you're watching it for the first time and you gotta go week by week, the episode by episode, you're seeing the hero get his ass beat the whole time, losing badly sometimes, even badly, like or having a long drawn out battle where what I'm saying, like Goku died how many times? But the payoff that animes give us is that it might take 6 months to a year of investment until you see the hero become triumphant. And then there's a new challenge. And what's cool about animes is like that payoff, that feeling of, yo, he finally did it, yo. He finally won. He finally put every part of him together and we finally get to see it. It took us a year to get here, maybe a year and a half. It took us a while to get here, but we're here now, and the payoff is so sweet. I feel like that's what makes animes even more cooler is that we as anime fans, like think about this. All right, what's the biggest thing that happened this year? Anybody want to guess? Luffy hitting Gear 5. That's the biggest thing in anime hypeness this year is Luffy hitting Gear 5. Everybody was talking about it. There was a whole day about it. It shut down Crunchyroll, all that stuff. It's been over 1,000 episodes, and Luffy just is just hitting Gear 5. There's people that have been invested in One Piece for over 20 years have been waiting for that day. Have been waiting for what they call him, Joy Boy? That one? Yeah, that gear. They've been waiting 20 years for that day, for that payoff. Even for like maybe even Gear 1, they've been waiting for like maybe 5 or 6 years. Like the investment that anime people have to put in for that, I feel like that is what may put animes above some of the well, most of these comic book movies, because that payoff that we had to see, that we got to see, happened within the hour. And it's like, huh, okay, it happened. And it's like a 5-second thing, like, yo, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan and beat someone's ass, and that's it. I think that's why animes, making them into hour-long, hour-and-a-half-long movies. I never really put this together, but putting a whole 5-year stretch into an hour and a half is what kills an anime movie. Why they should never be in movie form. Why we should always have them as TV shows, and even have them weekly and have them appointment viewing. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll watch like Ichigo lose, like when Ichigo lost to Renji. You know what I'm saying? Got his ass handed to him by Renji and Byakuya. Well, really, he almost beat Renji the first time anyway. But fighting Byakuya, like he had to fight him like 3-4 times before he actually beat him. Twice. Okay, it took him twice. But and then Aizen. The Aizen, that took what? How many years? 5-6 years? In anime form? It took us a long time, almost 200 some odd episodes, to get back to the Aizen fight, to get back to him going one-on-one, to him having to go one-on-one with Aizen. Ever since Aizen stopped his music, just put it out there. Aizen, go back and watch. Go back and watch. Aizen's the only one, when Ichigo's music comes on, he's the only one that stopped. He stopped. Not only did he stop his music, he stopped his music with like one finger. Okay, so and then we come back, and Ichigo has to find his ultimate form, and we're over here like, yo, we had to wait 200 some odd episodes. We not even wait. We had to watch him grow throughout these 200 some odd episodes before we get this payoff. This was the payoff. You can't put that in the out. You can't put that in an hour and 31 minute or hour and 30-minute movie. You can't put that in a 2-hour movie. You have to be invested in that for a long time, because that payoff is so much sweeter. That's what I love about anime. I think animes do life lessons very well. Like, you're going to get your ass beat. You're going to lose a lot. Oh my gosh, this thing's a piece of shit. I don't have to find something else. All right, sorry guys. My mic went unmuted, and that kind of like killed everything. So, all right, that is the podcast for today. Sorry for the abrupt ending there. My mic decided to go out and go mute, and I didn't even touch it. That's the crazy part. So with that, where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Fitness. And with that, where you can do for your boy, what you can do for your boy is please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and please leave a written response on Spotify and also on Apple. It helps with the visibility of the podcast. It helps with people being able to see it and all the rest of that cool stuff. So with that, I want to say I love all of you. Make sure you talk to somebody. Make sure you find that thing that turns that brain off for even just a little while. Make sure you find it. Look for it and find it. So with that, I want to say I love you all. See you guys tomorrow. Deuces. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What? Did I just messed that up? I did. So with that, I want to say I love all of you once again. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Deuces.